Hello guys, today I will be showing you all of my single player mods, maps, more like that I have made, and they took a bit of time, so I didn't abandon them instantly. So yeah, we have Dragonfield's campaign, Armies of Exigo Poland versus Europe, Mission Jadeit and Amethyst, Armies of Exigo Pro AIs, Armies of Exigo Ultimate Leveling Saga, Armies of Exigo Journey to the Core, and Collapse of the Empire. And they are currently placed in chronological order, and we are going to talk about them in this order too. So yeah, I will be explaining a little bit of stuff that happened and how I created them, kinda what are they about. You know, some cool stuff that maybe people would want to see. And by the way, if you're new here, you can check the Discord link in the description. It's Discord of the Armies of Exig community, the largest English community at least. It's a chill place where you can play and download the game. So yeah, let's get to it with the Dragonfield's campaign. And so it was my first ever campaign, and you know, even custom maps that I made. And yeah, they were basically made like quite a long time ago, like pretty much 2 years ago now. So yeah, I had like no experience, and I don't even remember the maps that well. But yeah, and also my editor is kinda messed up because I'm using DigiVoodoo, so it won't look that good. So basically this was like a bunch of single player missions in like campaign style, and I mean, I thought it was kinda cool. Some people played it, some did not, and you know, it was a nice project to help me learn the how to make maps, and I think it turned out decently, but it took so long. It actually took the longest amount of any project, I'm pretty sure, because I was making it for like a lot of time. I was learning quite intensively, but but I got burned out. So yeah, this is basically the first mission. There was some story, but I'm really not sure what it was even about really. I think it was something like the main campaign ended from the original game, and then you will have to like conquest the Dragonfields. I mean, I guess it wasn't that great of a story because I do not remember a single character, to be honest. So yeah, the visuals were, I mean, they were kinda chopped, not gonna lie. The triggers weren't that bad, I guess. But, you know, for a beginner, I guess it wasn't that bad. Because, yeah, I mean, some of the older maps, I think looked even worse because people did not seem to care about the visuals nearly as much. So I think, you know, but for the style that is right now, it was really chopped, especially after some bangers Pavak has already made. So it was looking not that well. Oh yeah, I was kinda happy with this project, to be honest. But yeah, other than that, not really much to say. I mean, if you want to give it a try, I will link the missions in Discord, probably, so you can see it, and you can also just DM me on Discord, and I will respond in some time, I guess. Yeah, other than that, really not that much to say about this project. Yeah, but this was near the last level. I think I've made one more, or it was some lizards stuff. I mean, it looks kinda crazy. A lot of units spawned around, but they are not really. The triggers were kinda chopped. Not gonna lie. They were like they were really not good. Like there's this a huge army, but if you just don't dive in, then you will only like pull this part of the army, and the other will just stay here. So you didn't even have to dive bomb the army. And I mean, it had some cool concepts, I think. Though I don't think I've really made enough work from it. But you can see the visuals are a decent bit better than on the first missions. So you can see I've already improved, but it was like a shit ton of time between the missions, because I think I've been working at them for like 7 hours a day or 8 every single day for like I don't know, nearly a month or like 3 weeks. Which I mean, for some people like Pavak maybe it really isn't that much, because those people are insane, okay? Sorry Pavak. But you know, for me, I had the time then, but I do not really have that time now. So yeah, it was kinda a lot of commitment to this map making, and I would rank this campaign a solid A tier, to be honest, because it is actually, I mean, it at least looks like, or maybe high B tier, because it wasn't really like some goated map, but I think it was pretty cool concept. There were a lot of bugs. It's kinda a mess with the triggers, but for me, I would put it, well, maybe not high B tier, maybe like low B tier. Okay, I will stop at this, because eventually it will just reach D tier. So yeah, that was Dragonfield's campaign. So yeah, let's get on to the shortest series that I've made. It was basically just some sort of private who wins what army composition of insane amounts of units will win, and the AI just kinda controlled the entire fight. But it was really cool to see like I don't know, 200 knights. It's not even all of them. Like how many knights? This is like 261 knights, 80 crossbowmen, like 96 phoenixes, 72 catapults, and I don't think I can even really click on the Steam builds, but you know, it is absolutely insane amount. It's like insane amount of population too. Like I think we can even check. Yeah, there's like the yellow team has like 1,800 supply army. Meanwhile, the red team has nearly 2.5k. It's like, I mean, it's crazy how you have just like 500 population difference. I mean, I guess that was why Poland won. But it was kinda crazy. I remember it crashed my game a couple times when I tried to stream it. But it was kinda fun to see those crazy battles. Though later it was kinda a step down, because I've made the AIs have less army, but it was kinda more like a AI battle skirmish than huge battles. So it wasn't really the same. But you had also this I think 4-player. You can see I did not do shit with the detailing. It looks kinda rough even. Yeah, it was really bad. You can see it was actually the last mission was actually worse than the first, because there's even less units, so that's kind of sad. But I guess that was why I never continued this trilogy. Armies of Exigo Poland versus Europe. You know, it's hard to say, because I mean, this was like kinda the project that I really rushed. It like didn't took me any time. I did not really do much. I think the first mission was kinda cool, but then it fell off and I did not do anything. So you could see I did not care after that point. So I don't know, I would put it in D tier. I mean, the concept was kinda cool. The first mission was really fun. But you know, the other two missions were looking kinda chopped and really small. So if it continued like that, I would probably put it in C tier. So let's now get to Mission Jade and Amethyst. Yeah, so this is Mission Jade, and you can see that it looks weird. I mean, it looks better in game, but as I said, my editor is kind of chopped. You can see the minimap though. So yeah, you started here, and the main thing about this was the like lightning tricks. That you can see this is kinda completely green, which I mean looks better in game, okay? And then you have this darkness, which is, I mean, it was really cool to me. It felt really cool, and basically we're like kind of rushed on at the start of this mission, and it was like just like a tiny mission with like not much story, and it was low-key kinda decent. Yeah, so that was the first mission. Then we have mission Amethyst, which was pretty much a similar thing. Yeah, the start looks really similar. This time you have Beast though, and yeah, you have this ally that you could rescue, and you could kill this place. So your ally would place some barracks, and he will just, you know, help you. So it was kind of decent, and you can see the main thing. It is just purple, and you're playing Beast. You have this teleporter. Oh, sorry. Yeah, some guys. You know, tiny mission, but cozy. So I mean, that's pretty much everything. We could discuss this. So for the ranking, I'm not really sure, because it was really also kind of rushed like this, and it really wasn't that good. I mean, it gave me some light experiment knowledge. That was kind of cool, but I think it was even worse than AoX. I mean, was it because it was kind of playable? So I guess it does. It needs to deserve at least C tier, because at least some people kind of enjoyed it a little bit. Yeah. So the next map was Armies of Exigo, Professional AIs, Expert, Mythical, and Inferno. So it will be kind of a quick one, because it's pretty much the same thing, because just that each AI cheats a little bit more, and it eventually gets dopey for even professional players to really beat them. And basically the AIs had this one thing that they had like pretty much infinite money. They had the more units they had, the more money they will get. But I mean, it didn't really matter that much, because they couldn't even make more buildings for production to even spend all that gold. So they just end up with like 50,000 gold or more, and like 4 advanced barracks or something ridiculous like that. So yeah, that will be a constant stream of units, but the AI really doesn't like pushing. But you know, when it has like level 5 units on Inferno, it's kinda over before it even started, because you cannot hold it. And you can see it also on Darkside Forest, which is it is kind of the standard map for most mods that, you know, have some normal game mechanics that don't really want to make a new map, because it is the most popular skirmish map, at least from the original creators. Yeah. And you know, the AI also starts with more tech, and eventually also with an extra expansion, not like it really needs one. So yeah, the AIs are kinda really hard, I would say. I remember I cheesed the expert AI. I had a kind of a skill issue, but still. I mean, I didn't really expect anyone to really defeat them, and I guess the Infernum AI still is unchallenged, so you know, you can try to beat it. I don't know if you will succeed, probably not, but if you do, you know, you can always share it. I will be really happy to know someone actually played even one of these mods. So yeah, it would be kinda cool. And that was kinda all for this quick map. I mean, I think it was really cool. I don't think it was quite... I mean, it's not really that similar to those 3 maps. So yeah, I think it's not really that fair to compare them in this way, because this map kinda stands out from this category. But I would put it like in, I guess, low B tier, because the concept and how it turned out kinda satisfies me quite a decent bit. So yeah, I mean, it definitely isn't even close to having its potential exploited well. Now, Armies of Exigo Ultimate Leveling Saga. And only the project server people will know. Yeah, it was. I mean, I wanted to do this huge thing where you would like kill bosses and stuff, but I really couldn't really understand the scenario editor on the point that would really make it good. But I think I was thinking of some really cool concept for boss fights that I also later, really later saw in Pavak's Lord of the Rings bosses, like because bosses that just have a ton of HP and a strong attack, they aren't really that cool. But what Pavak did was basically give them some sort of pattern, though in my humble opinion it really isn't telegraphed well. Okay, so you can see the map here. I will most likely not show it to public, but I might if people would like to, because it's really unfinished. But I think what was a decently cool idea. So basically this was like the first area, and you had like pretty much no HP. You see like 10 HP swordsman with like 1 damage, and these dudes would just let's show maybe map locations. So there will just be these dudes that will just spawn in these couple of locations, and killing them would like give you more stats and power, and after you killed enough, you would get like a special ability and things like that. I mean, the concept was really cool. I think I didn't even know what World of Warcraft was that was before making this, or like I didn't really base this on anything. It was kind of just my idea in the head. This second area, I think it was kind of cool. You had these dwarf guys, you had to evade them, find this, and yeah. Also, at the end of every area, you had like this boss that had some like HP regeneration and crazy stats. So you would just have to. Oh, sorry. You would have to come back with a lot of stats, and there were like a lot of rewards made for like giving your guy the stats and things like that and abilities. I think it was a cool idea. Yeah, in the desert you had like wolves and stuff. Yeah, and in this place I actually made a merchant to this area. He was on your team, so you could trade with him using your gold. But it was kind of low. And the cool thing, I made this. I mean, started making this arena. Oh, there was also this underground section that I completely skipped. But basically, just between the desert and ice place. Some ghosts, yeah. I mean, I don't even to this day I don't really know how to make the catacombs. Well, so yeah. So this boss, he was supposed to have like some pretty nice telegraphed attacks, and he would just not hit you directly. I think he was supposed to like also spawn some minions. That's really basic stuff. And by the way, these arenas, they were just invulnerable. I mean, I guess they had like 0 HP, so they couldn't die. I didn't even know how to make them invulnerable, I guess. Yeah. Cool concept, but I never really was able to deal with the problems of making this, and the stats were really, they were really troublesome. It's not that easy for me to add them. Yeah. So about the ranking, I would put it like, I mean, it's kind of hard to judge an unfinished project, but I think the idea was kinda really good. It's not finished, so I guess I cannot put it in B tier, but I think the idea and the work I've put at least deserves a high C tier, or just a mid C tier. Okay, so Armies of Journey to the Core. It was an unfinished campaign, but I did a decent bit of work, tried to do some things, and I think it was decent quality for me for this white defender from that time, and it's like the second most recent map, only died to the collapse of the empire, which was kind of a banger, but I will tell you about it a tiny bit later. So so yeah, it is also an unfinished campaign, but it was decently cool. I think I've showed like a screenshot on Discord from this place. Of course I have fog on, but I won't have right now because I will be zooming out and it will just come in my way. So yeah, you will just basically go with these guys that, well, I guess they didn't really have names changed, but it was basically, I don't even remember the lore, but you had to kind of go inside a mountain. I know it doesn't really look like a mountain, but I guess whatever. Yeah. So you had to like rescue this Empire ally, who then gave you this base to you. You also could kill this raiding beastman to get some healing potions. Yeah, because I think you couldn't like produce any priests. The main gimmick of this map was that you were on a time limit, pretty hefty one. I mean, it wasn't really that scary, it wasn't that hard to actually be in time, but basically you couldn't really just hold on here because there would be like massive amounts of beastmen coming from this place and just overrunning everything here, and you wouldn't have the army available to really stop them. Yeah, because they will just spawn infinitely with a lot of units, a lot of levels, and as I said, you don't even have priests to heal, so you would be just cooked. Yeah, so the main thing about this was that, well, there was a lot of rescuable allies that you had to help them, and then they will join you, so you will expand your army. It was a decent idea, I guess. I mean, I think it was kind of cool to play this, had a decent amount of units. So yeah, I guess it was kind of decent. And then we have the Lush Cave, which is, I mean, it's kind of bad to even rank this because it's kind of one map and a really unfinished piece of dog shit. Yeah, but it was kind of a place where you got split up from your guys because the beastmen flooded you and you like had to run. I don't know where the captain went, but okay. And I guess it was kind of more of the ultimate leveling saga thing. Did I even have fog? Yeah, I had a little bit of fog. So yeah, I kind of just experimented with putting some plants and grass in caves. I guess I got inspired by Minecraft here, by the Lush Cave biome. That's the name kind of the map. I wanted to do a big campaign and a big mission, but I went into the same trap that I had with the Ultimate Leveling Saga, but it was just worse because I've made more leveling here. Finish it, and I had a lot of going on for this, a lot of preparation, a lot of making the maze, but didn't really quite finish it. Yeah, I feel a little bit mixed about even putting this unfinished campaign of like 1.5 mission, but I guess the thing that I wanted to try and the idea was like good enough that I still remember this map. But okay, I guess I would rate it in detail. And now, Collapse of the Empire, which is basically the most recent map I've made, and let me just say, it is a definite banger. Definite banger. It like overshadows everything here pretty much. I also like did a shit ton of testing, and just a lot of time went into making this map. Yeah, and I think the idea was also kinda cool, the visuals were decent. So yeah, basically it was a defense mission inspired by Margov and some other pieces of media of like last stands that you couldn't win. So I guess the thing that you can't win is like just the lore accurate winning ending, because I guess every single ending results in a loss, but not every single endings feel like a loss. And I had a tiny bit of lore, but the lore wasn't the main premise here. It was just decent, fun gameplay. So yeah, you had 3 bases. You had this main base where you had Markov Castle with 5k HP, a decent bit of armor too, and if it died, you lose automatically. But you have decent amount of defenses, though you just really can't lose it because first thing, just the Markov Castle, plus a lot of tech, and the main spawn area. So yeah, that's pretty important, I guess, and it's also your front line for defending attacks. You have this left area in the upper part of your base, where you basically just have elf sanctuaries and workshops for steambeards, catapults, phoenixes, valkyries, things like that. And a ton of protection here for the inevitable air attacks that are kinda oppressive, especially in the higher difficulties, but I think I have a tendency to really just nerf my maps to the ground when they get too easy. Though I guess it wasn't really that easy because some people still couldn't finish this mission because of decent difficulty, but of course better players could destroy every single base even when there was a lot harder version. You basically had like about 40 minutes, but with the increased time, because you would most likely be playing on 100% speed, it would be a little bit less, and every few minutes you would get some sort of reinforcement here. They could be like OP heroes or just a decent bit of special units that you don't normally have access to. Regenet, Mage, or like the Eldroids, some kind of cool special units. But yeah, you also had like OP units like Dunhelm with like a shit ton of HP, armor, and a lot of damage. He was like not going to die at all, even to the huge attacks from the enemies. So yeah, after that you can see 2 of the following cutscenes. One if you just defend. So yeah, I won't spoil them for you. People who already played it know what kind of cutscenes there are. But yeah, you have one for just defending till you win, or lose, I guess. The second one is when you kill all of the bases. So yeah, I've seen a lot of positive reviews of these maps. I don't know if anyone actually went for the items, because there's actually a Book of Decay here, which you can just cast Decay on a pretty short cooldown, to be honest, like multiple times. I guess it's best to make this before attacking this base, because it's good about versus those stingers. So I guess you can conserve mana for like, I mean, though Decay does like percentage based damage, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, it's basically the goated map, the most recent, my most recent map, maybe 2. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a map that I enjoyed making, and the final result was also really good. Though really, I wanted to give the minor team some more love. So you could just make mineshaft from here to here, because you don't have arcs in this mission, and it's also past the enemy territory. But actually, surprisingly, not that many people actually looked at this part of the screen to see this expansion, and when they did, it was already too late, because some of the spawn-in attacks from the air already made this kinda uncontestable. So yeah, it is now time to rank this bad boy. And I mean, where do you think I will put it? Of course, it is going straight to S tier. I think it doesn't surprise anyone. Yeah, thanks for watching. It was everything here. So yeah, next time I will cover the rest of the maps maybe. So yeah, Take care guys and Merry Christmas